What is the main lesson that you think you learned from your dad being an entrepreneur and giving you that hands-on experience, being so close to him and seeing how he was managing his business?
Don't take no for an answer. I think that was the main lesson I've learned from both my parents. My mom was they were the team, right? My dad was a veterinarian. My mom was always a practice manager. So don't take no for an answer. And it's funny because when they opened their practice, they only had $8,000 to open a veterinary practice. By the way, you need about $1 million, and they only had 8,000, and nobody would lend them money because they were, immigrants, and so they got very creative. Hearing the no's from the banks, hearing the no's from all of the sources out there, just added fuel to the fire of being more in tune with what they wanted to do. And they got very creative on ways to finding those fundings or those resources to open that hospital with the limited amount of resources, financial resources. So never take no for an answer and always try to look for a different way.
And can you give me one or two examples of your present life when you were close to taking a no for an answer, and then you went, no, I will keep pushing. I'll keep pushing.
Mm-hmm. So right now, actually, well, not right now, 6 years ago, when I wanted to start my business consulting for immigrant entrepreneurs to help immigrants open their businesses, I was having a hard time because I was trying to reach a demographic that a lot of the times they're coming with limited resources, and they may not necessarily be able to afford the services that I was providing at the time. And I kept hearing lots of, thank you, but not thank you. Thank you, but not thank you. And then I started seeing how there were some programs that were popping up that were targeted at the same demographic, but they were free for that demographic. So I kept saying the no, thank you, but not thank you. It's too, it's out of my budget, so on and so forth. So it's like, how can I compete with free? I can't. But what if I become part of the free? So instead of actively going after the end user, I actually decided to go and offer my services to the organizations that were getting the funding. And that proved to be a really good, a really good way of going around the no's, the thank yous, but not thank yous, to become part of something bigger, something that's already funded, where they have the resources, but not necessarily the know-how on how to help that client. And that's how I started. That's how I started that business, and that's how I'm growing that business currently.